Hello dear students and welcome to our English class. This is English for the 11th class, and today's topic is a cross-curricular topic related to water. In this lesson we are going to expand or practice vocabulary related to water. We are also going to learn some tips on how to save water, and also we are going to find information about environmental groups or organizations in our country. Let's start. Before going through the text, which is entitled Precious Water, we are going to go through a quiz, but only we are going to read the statements now and then decide if they are true or false. How much do you know about water? The first statement, water covers over 90% of the Earth's surface. Think about it, 90% water, 10% land. The second, 1.7% of water is underground. The third, 7.1% of water is frozen. The fourth, only 2.5% of the water on Earth is fresh. The fifth, 30% of the people on Earth do not have clean water to drink. 30%. In the next 12 years, the majority of Earth's population will face water shortages. The seventh, if you leave a hose running, it can waste 23 gallons per minute. And the last one, we use over 200 liters of water to take a shower. Now remember these statements when we go through the text, and then we are going to decide if they are true or false. Let's read the text together. So the text is entitled Precious Water. As the old saying, water, water everywhere, suggests, there is water all over our planet. In fact, water covers a total of 70.9% of the Earth's surface. 95.5% of this is in the form of salt water in the oceans. 1.7% is underground. 1.7% is frozen in glaciers and ice caps, and a mere of 0.001% takes the form of clouds and precipitation. Despite the huge volumes of water present, the Earth actually has a limited supply of fresh water. In fact, only 2.5% of the water on the planet is fresh, and most of this is frozen in glaciers at the poles or trapped deep underground, leaving less than 1% directly available for human consumption. Even though we only use about 30% of this total global supply, 40% of the planet's inhabitants do not have access to safe drinking water, and it is estimated that in the next 20 years, 66% of the world's population may face severe water shortage problems. Although it is true that water is everywhere, we need to remind ourselves just how precious fresh water is and use it to conscientiously and with care. Then we have some tips for saving water. Clever tips for saving water. So we have 4 tips. Let's read them one by one. Just by turning off the water when you brush your teeth, you can save up to 30 liters of water. That's over 750 liters per month, which is enough to fill a huge fish tank housing 6 small sharks. The second tip, washing your bike or car with a bucket and a sponge instead of a hose saves water too. Using a hose can waste as much as 23 gallons per minute if you leave it running. The third tip, when you take a shower, you use much less water than filling up a bath tube. Taking a shower uses only 40 to 95 liters, while a bath uses up to 265 liters of water. And the last tip on saving water is the ideal time to water your plants and garden is either in the early morning or late evening. watering the garden when it's hot is wasteful because water evaporates before the plants have a chance to absorb it. Now that we went through the text, we might decide if these sentences or statements are true or false. The first one, let's read it again. Water covers over 90% of the Earth's surface. It is false. It's not 90% of the Earth's surface. The second, 1.7% of water is underground. It is true. The third statement, 7.1% of water is frozen. It is false. The fourth, only 2.5% of the water on Earth is fresh. Again, it is true. The fifth statement, 30% of the people on Earth do not have clean water to drink. 30%. It is false. Number 6, in the next 12 years, the majority of Earth's population will face water shortages. So in the next 12 years. It is false. The seventh statement, if you leave a hose running, it can waste 23 gallons per minute. It's true. We did that. We use over 200 liters of water to take a shower. It's false. When we take a bath. Let's move on with another exercise related to the keywords or the new words of the text. So in this side we have the words, and in this side we have their explanation. Let's take the first word. It's precipitation, which means rain. The water is in the form of precipitation. Conscientiously, it's carefully. The third word is severe. Severe, we say severe weather, for example. It's very harsh or extreme. The next, using a hose, we said, is a long rubber tube for directing water. The fifth word is a verb, evaporate. The water evaporates to turn from liquid to a gas due to heat. And the last word, wasteful, letting something go unused. As a homework at home, you are going to look for information. Are there any environmental groups or organizations in your country? What aspects of environmentalism do they deal with? You might search on Google about this type of environmental groups or organizations. That was all for the day. Thank you for your attention.